Hi everyone and welcome back to Ben's Kitchen, where today I'll be making pumpkin pie. It's not going to be a normal pumpkin pie because I want to change it up. I will be making a normal pumpkin pie at some point. But this right here is a blue pumpkin. It's not blue on the inside, don't worry. Still make a normal looking pumpkin pie. And I'm just going to roast this as is for about an hour at 350. And it should be done. It may take a little longer. I'll check it. And then once it's all soft, I'll be using that pumpkin to make the pumpkin pie. Yay. Roast your own pumpkin makes really good pumpkin pie. Use a good pumpkin like this. Don't use the huge pumpkins. They don't have as much flavor. So I just took these out of the oven. And as you can see, they're done. They're super tender. The knife is just kind of going through with just a little bit of resistance. That's okay. Maybe it could actually go for a little bit longer. This one is a little bit bigger. Oh yeah, so I'll do it for a little bit longer. But yeah, this is just what they're going to look like when they're all done. I'm going to let them cool and then I'm going to scoop them out. Because I've done this before and I burned my hands. So let it cool before I scoop it out. So I've now gutted that pumpkin and I put it in here. But before I process this, I want to make the pie crust. And so for this, I'm using Biscoff cookies. Here it is. And so I'm just going to basically crack these into crumbs using a plastic bag and a rolling pin and mix it with some butter and sugar and a little bit of salt. And then I'm going to bake this for about 7 minutes until it's like set. And then I'm going to move on to making the filling for the pumpkin pie. All right, thanks. So in here I have the crushed up cookies. As you can see, they're not all fine. And that's good. That'll give the crust some more texture. I have a little bit of salt and then 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. And to that, I'm going to add in almost a full stick of butter, 7 tablespoons, and it's melted. So I'm going to add this in and I'm just going to do it. And then I'm going to come over here, move that, take that. And this is the pie tin, which I'll be putting in. Glass tends to work the best. If you have metal, that's fine. But I recommend if you make a lot of pies or if you care about how your pie tastes, then get glass. It cooks it more evenly. It cooks it better. It's less likely to burn the crust if you have glass. Sorry, that means my oven's preheated. And yeah, they just look nice too. Yeah. So this seems really wet. It's because it is. Well, it's not really wet. It's oily. That's what you kind of need because these cookies are so dry. And so now I'm just going to put this into here. And so now I'm going to use the bottom of this glass just to push it all firmly down. You want it really firmly packed. And I'm just going to do this around the whole thing and push it up the sides. I'll probably use my fingers when it's on the sides. But yeah, okay. Thanks. And I will show you when I put it in the oven. So here it is. And now I'm going to bake it for like 7 minutes. And now I'm just going to process this until it's all nice and smooth. So here it is out of the oven. It's darkened a little bit. And it's like more of a cohesive mass. And then over here, we have the beginning of the filling. So this is brown sugar and white sugar, ginger, cinnamon, fresh nutmeg, and a little bit of ground clove. And so I like to mix these all together before I mix in the pumpkins. That way that the spices get evenly mixed in and they don't just like kind of float to the top. Yeah. So now to this, I'm going to add in 2 cups of the pumpkin puree. And then I'm going to go on to my secret method that makes for the best pumpkin pie ever. And it's probably one you haven't heard of before. And it's going to be good. So now the pumpkin has been added. And before we add in the eggs or the milk, which are the last ingredients, I'm going to pour this onto this mat here. And I'm going to bake it until the edges of this are like getting golden. And it's been like evaporated and cooked some. And this is basically going to up the flavor of everything and kind of toast the sugars and kind of release some of the oils that are in the spices even more so. So this makes for like a better tasting pumpkin pie. And I recommend anyone who has the time to do it. You can also do it in a pan on the stove, though that doesn't quite work as well to get those kind of toasty flavors in it. So here it is, and now I'm just going to cook it in the 350 degree oven, or 375. Maybe I'll turn it down to 350. There we go. So, and it goes. All right, bon voyage. I don't know what that was. Sorry. I don't know why I keep on speaking French. I don't really know it. So as you can see, it's darkened a lot. And so now I'm just going to let this cool for a little bit. And then I'm going to add in the eggs and the evaporated milk. So here's the filling, and here is a can of evaporated milk. I think that's 12 ounces. Could be wrong. And 2 eggs that are beaten. So I'm just going to combine these, and then I'm going to put as much as I can in the shell. And I'll bake it first at 425, and then lower it after 15 minutes to 350. And so here it is all mixed together, and I'm going to put it in the pie shell. So now I'm going to bake it. All right. Yay. So here it is, folks, and that's the pumpkin pie. So I'm going to let this cool completely, and then I'm going to add on some malted whipped cream. And that's going to be really good. And I'm going to try and make it as pretty as I can. But who knows if I can actually do that. But yeah, this is like going to be so good. I can't wait to eat this later. All right, yeah, so I'll show you once it's all cooled and the whipped cream is on it. Yum. So now it's time to make the whipped cream. And so with this one, this kind of special pumpkin pie, I'm doing something different. And I'm making a malted whipped cream. And so right there I have the malt powder and then just some powdered sugar and vanilla and a little bit of salt just to kind of bump up all the flavors and the sweetness. So yeah, this should just whip up nice, and I'm really excited. I love malt. I love adding it to things like this or cappuccinos. So yeah, I'm just going to make this, and then I'll pipe it onto the pie, hopefully in a pretty fashion. But I'm not very good at piping, so we'll see. Also, a hack if you want to use, or if you want something to be malted but you don't have malt powder, go buy some malt powder and then use it. So now I have that whipped up to stiff peaks, and now I'm going to put it in this makeshift piping bag. Yep, just a Ziploc bag with a little piping thing on it. All right. Well, here it is. And yeah, it's pretty terrible. Yeah, that is my piping skills for you. It's okay. I just have room for improvement, like a lot of room. But you know what? It doesn't matter as much how it looks. It matters how it tastes. Great. Yeah, definitely going to be taking a picture of a single slice to use for the video, because this is not pretty. Alright, thanks for watching this episode of Ben's Kitchen, where I make something traditional in a little new way. Happy baking!